illegal immigrants. Undocumented, Tim. Yeah, illegal immigrants. You know exactly what I'm saying. So the issue now is all last fall, the Republicans ran on this. They hammered the president on this because they realized the vast majority of Americans do not think we should just magically grant amnesty to these people whose first act when they came into the United States was to break the law. But now that Election Day is past, suddenly the leadership is scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to go ahead and take care of this? What are we going to do? We don't really want to go and push the president around too much on this immigration thing because they're going to make us look mean. They're going to make us look like we don't care about them. They're Latinas. You know what I care about? I care about the rule of law. That's what needs to be emphasized. You want to change the law? Change the law legally. But you can't simply ignore the law. If the rule of law is ignored, if the president can magically grant amnesty, if the president can say the law is suspended, then why bother to have laws? We just have this guy at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue who determines at his whim, or if it's Hillary, at her whim, what the law of the land will be on any given day. If that's how it's going to work, does anybody in the Republican Party understand that, by ignoring your own campaign promises for last fall, you are damaging the party, you are damaging the public, but more importantly, by ignoring the rule of law, we are really harming the entire process. You are hurting the country as a whole. Let me tell you one thing that I think the Republicans and the conservatives can gather around, can all join in, and can make a united effort on and get everybody to agree and capture the public's attention. That is, there's a movement. Gas prices are way down right now. In D.C., they're today, I think, I saw $2.35 a gallon. When I'm back in Florida, it's about $1.99 a gallon. $2.01, $2.03. It's right around $2 a gallon. Depends on where you are, but bottom line is it's a lot cheaper than it was. I fill up my SUV, and it's $42 instead of $84. It's literally half the price. And so there's been a whole bunch of folks, because the price is down, there are a whole bunch of folks here in Washington that think, this is our chance to grab more money from people. People are stupid, and if we put an additional gas tax on, they won't know because prices are low. There are all kinds of conservative organizations here in Washington that are getting together to try to oppose this. Let me tell you, it's not a small amount either. I'm not talking about a penny or 2 pennies. The effort here by the liberal groups who want more money out of your pocket is for 18.4 cents, an additional 18.4 cents per gallon. In the case of my SUV, it takes more than 20 gallons to fill up. So that's roughly $4. It's 22 gallons to fill up. It's roughly $4 extra every time I fill up if they were to pass this. And people say, well, prices are down, Tim. Just, you're still paying less than you were a year ago or 2 years ago, which is true. But why then should I give more to the government? What if I kept those $4 every time I fill up? Let's say you fill up twice a week. That's $8 times 4 weeks in a month is $32 times all year long is almost $400. That's I could be giving the government, or I could be spending on my 11-year-old son, or I could be investing, or I could be doing any. Given the choice of me having $400 or giving the federal government yet another $400, which would you prefer? I would prefer to keep the money for myself. So there's a whole bunch of groups here in Washington that are saying, whoa, let's not let this get any legs. The scary part, there are some Republicans who were buying into the idea. Well, yeah, prices are low. Nobody will notice. Just put it on there. Sure, what the hell? The last thing the government needs is more money. The last thing they need is more money. Please don't do this. This is an opportunity for the Republicans to get together and ring the bell, bong, 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 and say, you know what, this is a bad idea. Joe and Sally, would you rather keep $400 a year of your own money, or would you rather pump it into your gas tank? And Joe and Sally, 95% of Joe and Sally are going to say, I don't want to spend more on gas. Darn it all. I don't. This is an opportunity for conservatives to stand up for the most basic of all things: no new taxes.
You're listening to the Capitol Hill Show with the voice of reason, Tim Constantine.
We wind down for another day. Pete brings in the a cappella group to escort me out. It's really security, but these guys get great voices, don't they? My God. And they look good in the uniforms. I am Tim Constantine. Today we've learned who may be doing what in the Republican presidential primaries. We had a good chance to chat with Rand Paul, and we know you don't want to pay more for gas. Join me again tomorrow here on the Capitol Hill Show. I'm Tim Constantine. Good night, everybody.